All right, September 25th, 2020. This is part 2. If for some reason I ever get in trouble for something I didn't do wrong, I'll maintain my innocence because I haven't done anything at all. And the whole point and the whole reason for these videos, these particular videos will go live if anything happens to me. Not because out of hate or evil or anything like that, but because nobody wants to listen to what the truth really is. Because no one is protecting and guarding my daughter. Instead, they're having a good time trying to get me to back off so that my daughter is not protected. I'm talking about Gracie's mom, Micah. Gracie's mother was controlled by her mother, so grandmother, which is Teresa Stapp, Teresa Cantor. She's got 6 last names. Micah uses those last names and she uses Facebook. The reason why is because there's a fear that they use and abuse drugs. I just never saw it with Micah, but her brother Matt has been involved with meth, cocaine, bath salts, marijuana, pills, you name it. And the family has money, and I don't know where they get the money. They also have storage units across from my storage units over at Quincy Storage, mini storage. And the reason why all this stuff is such a big deal, as I told you in the first half of this, the story goes up to where they've been keeping an eye on me all along. Micah's grandmother's, or Micah's mom's boyfriend, he owns B&L Upholstery. Benny Trevino still says that he works at B&L Upholstery as an apprentice and makes no money. That makes no sense. He has to be making money, making a living for himself. Benny Trevino is a Latin king out of Chicago that Micah married and did not want anybody finding out about. So not only has Micah been and dated and then been in long-term relationships with sex offenders, predators, pedophiles, murderers. Okay, she also married a murderer. Now, the guy didn't commit murder. He committed murder before she ever met him. And then after she met him, he was selling cocaine and cocaine consumption, methamphetamine, and several other drugs. Every time that she would date one of these guys, they put orders of protections on me. They do everything in their power to try to get it so I can't be around the house, that I can't find out what's going on, that I would be breaking my order of protection. But I told her there's one consistency. Sorry about that, I'm hearing something on my roof. I said there's one thing, is my daughter needs to remain safe. My daughter's not been safe. They live in a little compound, and in part 3 and part 4, I'll show you pictures where they live so that you can actually see that at no times can anybody, there is no backyards, there is nothing to where people are running through backyard, doing anything else. And all these criminals, they literally go into one of the apartments next to them, and all they do is they walk next door. So the whole point of all this is not only is my daughter in harm's way, but my daughter's mother could be a seller of drugs and drug paraphernalia out of the grandmother's home, because they all moved across the street, but they still own the big house that has, like, it's a big house on the corner. And I know that they were breeding dogs illegally. I know they breed dogs in their own homes illegally. So all this stuff happens illegally, from breeding dogs to drugs to where they had pot plants inside growing them. The problem is they were worried that they were going to get caught, so they actually rented the apartments across the street. That way they would always be known for that. Micah's mom made a very big habit, which is Gracie's grandmother, of calling the law on using the law as a weapon against people, so that way the law would never look at them, even though they're the ones that were breaking the law all the time by having drugs. My daughter was abused by her mother and grandmother growing up, and then when Gabby was born, now she's abused by the mother because the grandmother died, and they used the grandmother as a fear control, to where they bring out the ashes of the grandma. They have them right there where Gracie sleeps at all times, and they basically use, emotions, fear, sadness, fear of, getting back around my mother. My daughter's been terrified of her mother, but over time, her mom has made it very clear there's nothing she can do about it.